Good morning, James here. Grant sent a letter out to all his investors, and I'll read it to you. As an investor at Cardone Capital, I wanted to give you an update on April collections. Alrighty. To date, we have collected 92% of all rents, which is above the national average of 74%. This is due to the quality of assets, our residents' profile, and the proactive approach we have taken in the management of the situation. Alrighty. Despite the good news, okay, here's the hook, people. Despite the good news of collections, I'm taking the prudent and conservative action to pause distributions for 90 days until the economy becomes more stable. This shouldn't be seen as bad news. Oh yeah, this shouldn't be seen as bad news, but it's a good common sense decision to protect our long-term investment. Text me if you have any questions. All right, text is Google Voice, no problem. Okay, what's going on here? Why did Grant stop if he has such great collections? Well, he knows this is all bull. Okay, this is just to appease the people, but Grant stated in videos, which he's really honest. I have to give him a lot of credit. Every once in a while, Grant slips and he comes out and says stuff that he probably shouldn't have said, but it's the honesty and the stress that comes out. He stated he expects department collections to drop 20%, at least. He knows. He's at 85%, so he's going to be at 65%. He knows that he needs to be at 69%, he stated, to be above water on the operations, which is servicing the loan and maintaining the properties. He stated the reason he stopped the distribution of the funds on monthly payments to investors was simply just to maintain the properties and service the debt. So this is what he said in the video last week when he ended all distribution of dividends to people. So the letter states different, and obviously he has a fiduciary responsibility. And what he says in the video is truly what's going on versus what he has to say publicly on the letter, because the SEC. He has certain things he has to do. But the truth of the matter is rents are going to go down. Cash flow is going to be eaten up. Then he did a video yesterday about real estate investing. And he did this segment about forbearance, that he doesn't have to pay effectively for 3 months. And that may be true. But when you have multiple million-dollar payments on properties, you can't let them stack up for 3 months. You can't let a payment, if you're paying $5 million a month on a property, you can't let these stack up. All of a sudden you got $15 million plus your regular payment, that's $20 million. You can't do that. You can't stack your payments. And if you have 27 properties that you're paying multiple million-dollar payments per month, you can't do it. He has to pay. So that's why he ended the distribution of funds. Okay, because he needs to preserve capital to pay, because he doesn't want to lose that stuff. And well, the banks are in a bad situation right now. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon came out today and said they're putting aside another 8.6 billion, I think it was, something like that, for loan losses, okay? And he came out and said, we're in a recession that mirrors 2008. I mean, what happened in 2008 in Florida real estate alone, property values dropped 50%. People just walked away from the condos because they were below water. The value was worth less than the property value of the mortgage. So that's the problem that Grant has. Grant talked on this video yesterday that he bought a property for $126 million in Maryland. So he figured he had to put 30% down, which is a commercial loan, and he has a loan of $89 million. So what is the debt service on $89 million? Is it a 10-year or is it a 15-year? We don't know, because we don't know how he structures his loans, but it's not a good look. IMF came out today, International Monetary Fund came out and said we're in the worst recession since 1930s. So we are truly in a recession. We have over 200 million Americans sitting at home, or maybe more than that. We have 17 million filed for the last 3 weeks. We know that in the newest filing that'll happen this week, that'll be another 7 to 10 million. So we could be close to 30 million people file for unemployment. It's not good. And no companies are going back anytime soon. They're talking about trying to do it, but they can't do it. No company's going to have to take the liability of bringing their employees back. Come on, let's be realistic right now until we can really drop the curve down here. And so real estate, is not the way to go. Grant did a video about, he talked to all these people that were in the business and nothing came from it. Nothing came from the video except Grant trying to sell you Cardone Capital. Invest in him. Grant has no new money coming in. That's his biggest problem. He has a cash flow problem. Usually Grant would survive you know, on his regular monthly payments that people make. Plus, you have new cash coming into the funds. He's 27, I think it's 27, 28 apartment complexes listed on his site that you can invest in any one you want, or multiple ones, whatever, in different funds. But they're all available, and that's tailing that, you know. And if no new money's coming in, because people aren't going to invest, people are trying to preserve the capital because they don't know what's coming out tomorrow. They don't know how long they'll be unemployed. They don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. No one, not the government, not anybody, not the banks, not you, not me. I don't know. But please be careful. Don't be taken by this garbage. Don't invest in real estate unless you have the money that you can afford to lose. If you're going to invest in real estate, buy it yourself. Don't invest in an equity fund where you can't get any of your capital out. That's the biggest problem with investing in a private equity fund. There's no liquidity. You can't get your money. So you invest with Grant. All these people invest with Grant, they're not getting their dividend, and they can't get their money back out. I don't know. We're in a bad state here. So I just thought I'd bring that up. Have a good day, people. Talk to you soon.